What's going on, guys? We back with another video today. We're going to get into it, man. We're going to get into the nitty gritty. So the Democrats have a big issue here. The Democrats are in a little bit of a hole right now because they have to figure out how they're going to get their 3 million illegal immigrants to vote, because that is their voter block. That is their constituents. Without the illegals, I mean, I'm pretty sure we know what would happen. You know, the Democrats aren't in a good state right now. So they need the illegals to vote. So it's really funny seeing kind of their arguments. You know, it's funny seeing how they're debating this, how voter ID laws is like racist and voter ID laws is discriminatory, and it's bringing back Jim Crow. So, yeah, we're going to get into a little bit of the dilemma that these Democrats are in. Of course, if you have half of a brain, you know that this doesn't make any sense. It's nonsense. It's idiotic. It's asinine. But a lot of people, you know, they have smooth brains. So let's take a look at this video.
An opinion on voter ID laws?
Yeah, they're usually pretty racist and they're bad.
I think voter ID laws are a way to perpetuate racism.
Would you say they're...
She said they're usually pretty racist. Usually. Most of the time, voter ID is racist. Voter ID hates black people, usually. Whatever that
Would you
means.
go as far as say those laws are racist?
For sure.
Do you think it suppresses the African American vote?
Definitely.
Tell us how.
Because they're less likely to have state IDs.
Minority voters are less likely to have the kinds of IDs that have been described or...
Yeah, so it's racist because they're too dumb to get an ID. It's racist because when they go to the DMV, they can't help but to jump over the counter and slap the 80-year-old white guy in the face and be thrown out of the DMV. So it would be, if we were to ask them to bring their ID to vote, it would be like Jim Crow. For us to ask black people to have an ID, that would be, it's too much for them. It's too much for them to handle. Yeah. Thanks for the pity. See, this is pity, guys. A lot of black people think this is like, oh yeah, you know, we have so much power and influence. No, this is pity. This isn't what you want. Trust me.
required.
These type of people don't live in areas with easy access to DMVs or other places where they can get identification.
You can always get IDs you do over the internet. Does that also make it difficult for black people in particular?
Yeah, you have to have access to the internet. You have to be able to pay an internet service provider for certain fees.
Do you think that's...
Yeah, you got to have Wi-Fi. So that knocks the black community out the water. You got to have Wi-Fi. Yeah, and we all know they can't afford that. You got to have Wi-Fi. You got to have Spectrum. You got to have Verizon. So, you know, it's not going to be able to make it to Section 8 where they're at with their EBT cards. They're not going to be able to get an ID because they got to have Wi-Fi. They can't afford that. Sir, Wi-Fi is only about $89 a month. Yeah, that's about $89 too much. They spent it on gambling on DraftKings on the game. So they will not be able to vote. It's because we care about them, though. We love black people. That's why we do this.
harder for black people to go online?
Well, I feel like they don't have the knowledge of how it works.
A lot of people have smartphones, but you might not have data.
For most of the communities, they don't really know what is out there just because they're not aware.
Now I'm here in East
They don't know how
Harlem
the world
to ask
works,
black
so.
people their thoughts on what you just heard.
Oh, my gosh.
Do you have ID normally? You carry ID around?
Yes, I have state ID.
Do you carry ID?
Yes, I do.
Do you know any black person who doesn't carry ID?
No. Everyone that I know has an ID. Why would they think we don't have ID?
That's a lie.
Does it sound racist for somebody to say that?
I think it is a
W.
little
Hoodlum.
racist.
You judging somebody, like, well, you judging them because they black, saying that they don't got it.
There you see it, man.
An opinion on voter ID.
They're like, hey, we can vote, guys. We're good. We got our ID. No, it's racist. No, it's racist. You guys can't do it. No, but you don't understand. I got my ID right here. Like I'm ready to vote. No, you don't understand. It's racism. You don't understand. It's slavery. You don't get it. You're too dumb. You don't have Wi-Fi. You don't get it. Uh-oh. Bad news for Chuck Schumer and his Democrat comrades. 76% of the black Americans say they do have
it is not controversial in this country. It is not controversial by party, and it is not controversial. Take a look here. Favor photo
ID to vote. 85% of the white community favors photo ID. 82% of the Latino community. 76% of the black community. Wow. Even though being too stupid to have an ID, they still come through with the majority vote. That's impressive. That's impressive. So clearly that was a lie. Clearly that was a lie. So what is it going to be, Democrats? So what angle are they going to come from now? Because they tried to say that it was racist. They tried to say that, we're going to bring back Jim Crow laws by asking people to have an identification. It's not looking too good for that argument, as you can see here. 2025 Pew Research Center kind of shot that one out the water. They're going to need something else.
ID to vote. 85% of white people favor it. 82% of Latino. 76% of black Americans favor it. So the bottom line is this. He circled the black line. Voter ID.
Black Americans just dismantled the argument, because really that was the important voting block right there, the black people, because that's what they were saying.
ID is not controversial in this country. A photo ID to vote is not controversial in this country. It is not controversial by party, and it is not controversial by race. The vast majority of Americans agree with Nicki Minaj that, in fact, you should have a photo ID to be able to vote. So something I mean, take a look here. Favorite photo ID to vote.
So this is what we're seeing here, man, and it's really tough. It's tough.
Undocumented immigrants from voting, but these guys say that the Save America Act is needed to prevent undocumented.
Look at her hair. Look at her nappy hair. If you guys are a manager, if you're a CEO at your company, are we accepting this type of hair at our establishment? What do we say about this? What do we say about this? You can just look at this woman and know. You just know. You just know she's going to tell you about a hate crime she was a victim to at an Applebee's last month. You just know. Like, she's going to talk about white supremacy, and she's been, oppressed for her whole life. And, her mother was her savior, and, Jesus was black or whatever. Come on, man. I think it's the lipstick with the glasses combo with the hair. I don't know, but I just know at this point. Like, I just have that vision.
Undocumented immigrants from voting, but y'all already know that is not a thing.
A jury just convicted a woman in Massachusetts of voter fraud.
We're talking about a 59-year-old illegal immigrant who's been in the country for years, stole someone else's identity, and then voted in the 2024 presidential election. Take a look at this photo here. This is Lina Maria Arovio Hernandez. In this picture, you can see her, Martha, wearing that I voted sticker that we all get when we go to cast our ballots.
These guys say that the Save America Act is needed to prevent undocumented immigrants from voting.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't vote. You thought you voted. So let's go ahead and get into the arguments of what they have to say for themselves. Representative April McClain Delaney. I'm voting no on the SAVE Act because it will require proof of citizenship at poll sites. like a passport or birth certificate. Documents millions of Americans don't carry with them. Probably one of the worst arguments I've ever heard in my life. Well, they don't usually carry them. Oh, okay. Well, if there's a special occasion, say, we have a flight to catch or we're voting, maybe we might remember to carry our identification. Maybe we might remember to carry a passport or birth certificate. In the event that we are voting, we don't regularly carry. Like, bro, what? This is like saying, like, we should just ban Social Security cards because people don't usually have them. Like, what? Yeah, we don't usually have them because we're not using them normally. We're not usually using them all the time. We don't have to go to Wendy's, get a 4 for $4 and show them our Social Security card. That's why we don't usually have our Social Security card. What kind of argument is that? Next argument is charge Americans up to $130 to obtain paperwork. Now they care about our money. $130? Americans Americans have to pay $130 to obtain this paperwork that they already should have had. We're drawing the line there. We're drawing the line there at $130. Yeah, we might rob you guys silly out of taxes and property tax and income tax and any tax that we can get our hands on. And yeah, we're inflating the currency at an insane rate. But $130 for paperwork, that's where we draw the line for Americans. Right. Target women. This is my favorite. Target women whose names don't match their birth certificates. Seniors, military families, and rural voters. Disenfranchising millions. We're targeting women whose names don't match their birth certificates. Hey, we really want to make sure this election isn't getting stolen or isn't getting manipulated by illegal immigrants. So we need voter ID. Oh, you're targeting women whose birth certificates don't match their ID? You're targeting women? It's like, you're targeting women. You're a misogynist. You want voter ID? That's misogyny. That's sexist. That's sexist. You should know that. That's sexist. It costs $19 billion nationwide. I'm not even sure what that even means. I guess she just put all the, I'm hoping she didn't do this, but I'm guessing she just put all the people above 18 in America and then just multiplied by 130 to obtain paperwork. I'm hoping if this is who we have in our government, I'll be running very soon. This is Congress. Yeah, I'll be running. Maryland. Oh, is she's the 6th district in Congress for Maryland. Delivering common sense. Well, we're waiting for the delivery. April, you say you're delivering common sense. Well, somebody stole the package clearly because we're not getting any common sense. Because this is a bunch of horse shit. This is a bunch of baloney. This is a bunch of nonsense. Making voting harder on purpose. Make voting harder on purpose and intimidate those newly naturalized. And now, as you can see, she got 6.2K likes. Listen, I only liked it so I can come back to review it. Not because I liked the tweet. I disliked the tweet actually. And I blocked her. I reported her to the authorities. 19,000 comments. That's how you know people are not rocking with this stuff no more, guys. People had enough. People aren't rocking with this stuff anymore. It's just obvious. It's just obvious. It's like 19,000 comments and 6K views. That's when you put your phone down. That's when you put your phone down for the week. Come back next week like nothing ever happened. Because goodness, man. Goodness. That's when you put your phone down and you start living in the real world again.
Table. On this vote, the yeas are 218 and the nays are 213. The bill is passed without objection. A motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
All right. So,
on this vote, the yeas are 218 and the nays are 213.
Act. So the Save America Act passed in the House of Representatives, which means that you must prove citizenship to register to vote. Photo ID must be at the polls. Voter ID will take effect immediately. Mail-in ballots. You must have a copy of your photo ID. Now, this is going to go to the Senate, and it's not going to get passed. I'm sorry to tell you guys, a lot of people are kind of celebrating already. A lot of people that have no idea what politics are. A lot of people who don't even know what Congress is. They don't even know that the Senate and the House is in Congress. They don't understand. But yeah, it's gonna go on to Senate, and it's going to need 60 votes, which means that Democrats are gonna have to vote because we don't even have 60 Republicans in Congress. So we're gonna need a hefty amount of Democrats to vote, which they won't. Because they're not even real people. They're not real people. They're fake people. And this is the best one yet. If we pass voter ID laws, then women won't be able to vote. You know what? Call me a Democrat then. Rep. Jamie Raskin, you won me over. You've won me over. If this is what it takes, you know what? I was kind of hesitant on the voter ID laws because as a black guy myself, I am too idiotic to go down to the DMV and get my ID. I tried to do it, but there was this guy that was wearing a Hawaiian button-down shirt. I couldn't help myself. I slapped his hat off his face, and I was thrown out of the DMV. So I wasn't able to vote that time. I tried a second time, went back to the DMV, and I was talking on my phone on speakerphone because I'm black. And I was talking to my mother, and somebody said, "Hey, can you keep it down?" So, of course, I shot him. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. But, yeah, I mean, one won't be able to vote. Is this, only if that were true, this would be something that would just need to be passed immediately. I mean, we would need to have this passed like, this could almost redo all of the horrible things that's happened to America so swiftly with one act. Save America Act, is that what it's called? That's what they need to call it. I think that's what it is. But yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see moving forward how the Democrats are going to quarrel with this problem that they have. Because it is a big issue and everybody's kind of waking up because they're realizing that black people actually are able to obtain and retain and identification. So how about the content of that character? Yes, sir. We're moving up in the world. Ha ha. ID, baby. We'll catch you guys on the next one.